Jodie likes that. Thank you, Jodie. Okay, welcome to today's live session. I've got no slides today because I thought we would create a book together. Practical session live. And this is in response to, I think it was Tracy in our WhatsApp group said, where is the training on these how to draw books? Now, I had promised to do a whole module on these books when I was doing the colouring book module, but the colouring book module was so mammoth and it was so huge and it just kept going and going and going. And I think I did talk about these books in one of those videos, but can I find it? Can Tracy find it? We can't find where I talked about this book. So I wanted to do a separate session today. And it's relevant, even if you say, well, I'm not going to do a book like that, Abby, actually doing a book cover like this is relevant to so many different niches and genres. If you're doing kids' books, adults' books, how we put a cover together like this. You don't have to do that's the how to draw bit, isn't it? Right at the bottom. But actually, how to do a cover like this by putting cute little things all around the edge. We're going to do a little bit of that. We won't do the whole cover because that'll take up the whole session, but you'll get an idea of how to do it. And then we're going to just, create a couple of pages from inside this book. And all you do then is to create your whole book is you just repeat, 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 repeat for how many pages has this got? This has got 110 pages. But they're so fun and so easy to create. I absolutely love them. So, practical Q&A. What's the first step? When we want to create a book like this, what would be the first step? This is a trick question, by the way. So
Find out if it's profitable.
yes, wow. Well done, Lynn. I thought you was going to say, oh, well, we need to decide on the size of the book cover and things like that. So yeah, 10 points for you, Lynn. Ding. So let's go to Amazon and let's go to Kip Scout. And obviously, if we was doing this in real life and we weren't on a live session, we might spend a little bit longer on it. There's my address. It keeps doing that. It's driving me insane, that is. Um, dismiss my address, thank you. Right, so we want to draw. How to draw how to draw for kids is obviously the top one. That gives us an idea of what people are searching for. They're searching how to draw. They're searching how to draw for kids. They're searching how to draw books. They're searching how to draw cute animals. Hint, hint. They're searching how to draw patterns. Actually, that surprises me that. But we're not going to do patterns today because I've got no idea how to do that. I didn't know that existed. But that's interesting to look at. So this gives us an idea of the top search terms that people are searching for all over the world when it comes to how to draw books. So if you want to create a very popular how to draw book, I would say it would be cute animals for kids because that is in like two of the top search terms. But let's search for the very top one, and you're going to get different results when you search how to draw for kids, how to draw books, how to draw cute animals. So what I would do is I would search all of these things when I'm properly doing my research of what book I want to create. But what we're going to do today, we're just going to search one of them, how to draw. We're going to go on the top one. And lo and behold, this book that I've bought is right up there at the top. This one I've not actually seen, this blue one here, July 8th. Okay, I've not been looking at how to draw books for a while. But that's very cute, isn't it? A blue one. Is this the same person? No. Is it? Or is it? But one of three. Hmm. Oh, book 2 of 3 of how to draw everything for kids. And this is anything. I like it. But this just shows that creating a book similar to a bestseller has been very, very profitable and very successful for this second person that got in on the action after they saw how good this book was doing. So this just proves actually if you see a book doing really, really well, and it's not a book that's in a massively saturated niche, if you come in as quickly as you can and produce something of a similar high quality, which this definitely is, then your book can do just as well, maybe not quite as well, but really, really well as well. And then we've got a green one here. So people are obviously thinking, okay, we're going to play on people's favourite colours here. We've got a pink one, a blue one, a green one. How to draw patterns. Yeah, I'm going to have a look at that one afterwards. Funnily enough, by Coco Wyo. They've got in on the action too. How to draw Lilo and Stitch. How to draw 101 things. How to draw 400 plus cute stuff. Angelina Lilly. This is another new author there. That's the Emma Green one. I think that is actually published twice. Emma Green 5.2K. And then, oh, is this the same book? Oh, okay. This is the one I've bought. I thought it was that pink one at the top. Wow. So they look very similar. A bit too similar. I wouldn't be that thrilled if I created a book that was basically exactly the same as someone else's. I don't think that's very good. But each to their own. Here's another one very similar with the cute things all around it. Now, why do we put cute icons all around these books? What do you think? Let me know in the chat what you think. Why are they putting these things all the way around? Why has that been the way to go for these bestsellers? And actually, let's click on Kip Scout, which is getting very excited about this topic. So we've got 3 green dollar signs, and I'll pop back into the chat to see what you're saying. 27,000 a month, that second one. That new blue one that I haven't seen. So I think, you know, if people have bought the pink one and they enjoyed it and they did it, it's one of these consumable books that you work your way through and you finished it. So when you finished it, you're like, oh, I really enjoyed doing that. I want another book. So this is the type of book and the type of area where you can come in as a newcomer, have a stonking great cover like that, and people that have even bought the pink one might come and say, right, I want this one. I want to draw burgers and dragons. So that one's 20. This one is 69,000, that top one. But that second one there has only got 18 reviews. That's incredible. And I do think they have worked really, really hard on that cover. It's brilliant. No reviews. Lilo and Stitch is not a very good cover, I have to say. It's definitely, you know, just bish bash bosh AI, first generation. Let's get it out in 5 minutes. And then, you know, that's doing $240. How to draw 400 plus cute stuff. This is another new one I've not seen. October 16th. Yeah, that's why I've not seen that one. So quite a different kind of patchwork background, quite Coco Wyo-ish, I think. And that's already making 18,000 a month, and it's brand new. And I don't think it's from a well-known author, so we could click on the author and see how many books they've done. But how brilliant is that? This is the type of book you can create, and you can definitely just run ads to it. As long as you've got a high quality cover, you are probably going to be in very good profits from a book like this. This one that I've got, would you believe, is making $350,000 a month. I mean, that is gobsmacking. And this just shows people want to learn how to draw. But they want to learn how to draw these cute things. And then 58, how to draw 300 cute things. So it's always these ones with these covers, isn't it, that are doing the best. How to draw 300 cute stuff, 42,000 a month there. Let's have a look. This is a similar cover. How to draw Minecraft. Where's that? Zelda was trying to do a Minecraft thing. Oh no, it was a Roblox thing. How to draw Minecraft. Right, but that's by Random House. So I presume that they've got the copyright rights to do a Minecraft book, I would imagine. But that is on 16,000. Can't imagine trying to draw these little box creatures. And I can't imagine that would be very fun, but each to their own. Okay, so that has told us that this is a profitable niche. Now, let me just see what you said in the chat there, because I asked a question, I've forgotten what it was. Yes, Claudia says for the variety of things to draw. So you can see, well, what kind of things am I going to draw in this book? It's a very visual book, isn't it? Obviously, buying something digitally, we cannot see inside the book. So it's really giving us an idea on the cover of the type of things you're going to learn how to draw. So we want people's favorite things, don't we? That's what it tells us. We want people's favorite things that they're going to learn how to draw. People really want to learn how to draw delicious kawaii cupcakes and cute unicorns. You know, they've really thought about, well, what do people want to learn how to draw here? So 10 points to you, Claudia. Yes, Emily, to show what it's about. Jodie says the Lilo and Stitch one, isn't that a major copyright violation? Yeah, maybe, or maybe they've got the rights to that, but I wouldn't even touch that with a barge pole, something like that. So hopefully they've got the rights, otherwise it's going to be taken down. I'm surprised they even let it go up, if not, but definitely really not worth the risk of the whole account being shut down. Right, where was I going to go from here? Oh, that's it. So I've got another question for you. So, knowing what we know here on page one, and obviously if we were doing this for real, we would have a look at page two and we would have a look at page three, and then we would have a look at the other categories like how to draw cute animals, how to draw whatever else it said, how to draw for kids. But knowing what we know off this page alone, what's selling well? What would be a profitable niche that we could create a book in? Any ideas welcome. This isn't a trick question. Um, what should we create our book about? So we've got how to draw anything. We've got how to draw if everything. I would say this book here is aimed more at boys. Yeah. I might be being a bit sexist there, but I don't think I want to draw a joystick or a little zombie or a truck. Oh, I might do, you know. I did do engineering at college. Um, then we've got this one, this green one. What would you create your book about? And like literally, there's no right or wrong answer, but based on these things, how to draw anything in 300 drawings, again, possibly aimed at boys. Let's have a look a bit more at Kip Scout to see the boys and the girls differentiation. So this one here is brand new and is already earning 27,000 with 18 reviews. This one. I would say just off the top of my head, I feel as though it's sometimes harder to buy gifts for boys than to buy things for boys. There are lots and lots of books out there for girls and cute things and pink things, but that's just my gut feeling. I'm leaning towards a boy one or a gender neutral one. I don't think there is one that's kind of aimed at boys and girls, is there? And I'm not saying the boys aren't going to enjoy this pink one or this green one. Maybe the green one is kind of neutral. What's this one doing? How to draw 400 things. That's doing 18,000. But I would say that cover is just a little bit wishy-washy. I don't know what you think about that. But compared to like this blue one up here, can you see the contrast with these little pictures? They're very, very clear, aren't they? And they're going to be very clear in that thumbnail scroll, these images here. Compared to this green one, we've got kind of a pastel green background, which is nice, don't get me wrong. But then we've kind of got pastel coloured in little figures. So I think that is going to affect their sales. But, you know, they're still earning their $18,000 a month. So, and then we also want to think about how can we add something new and unique to this market? How can we add something new and unique to this market? So what would you create your book about? Has anyone answered me? Yeah, Jodie, how to draw trains, planes and automobiles. Yeah, which are without fringing on the movie title. How to draw for different age groups. Yes. There was an author that I showed you in one of my videos who had done all the age groups. I don't know if you remember that one. I'll show you in a minute, actually. I've got them saved in my Canva. They did age like 3 to 5, and then 4 to 7, and 7 to 10, and 10 to 14. And they did boys and they did girls. And then they started to translate them. Because actually, the inside of this book, you don't need any translation, do you? Other than maybe what it is, the name of what it is, the carrot, and you use the German word for carrot. Claudia will know that word. Yeah, so you could easily translate your 10 books to German, French, Italian, Spanish. And wow, I think you can just sit on your laurels and watch the royalties coming in once you've done all that. What a brilliant business that is, providing we've got nice book covers. Yeah, that is the be all and end all to this is the book covers. What is great about these books and why I'm getting so excited, I'm jumping up and down on my seat, is these little images are so easy to create in AI. They are so easy. Like it's harder to create like a whole coloring page of a scene and have it where it's not got errors actually in the coloring page itself. Whereas creating a cute sloth sat on a piece of watermelon, AI is all over that. That's like, yes, how many cute sloths do you want? We can do this all day long. So, in terms of the ability to create a book like this, it's just that your imagination is your oyster. You could do one on cute animals, on zoo animals, one on kawaii food. You could just go to town just doing all these different how to draw books and have a whole how to draw book business. Um, so that is really exciting and it's really easy and it's really fun to create these things. So that's why I'm getting so excited. Yes, Claudia says it's extremely consumable. Brilliant, isn't it? It's like creating workbooks for children where how to do your handwriting for children. Once they've created that book, it's like mum's back on Amazon looking for the next book, volume 2, volume 3. Very consumable, very repeated. We want to get people on our email list so we can email out these books as well and get people on our websites and build a whole how to draw brand would be absolutely brilliant with that. Imagine a website with all these cute animals all over it, like learn how to draw. Yeah, I can just picture it now. It's very exciting. Right, what did I ask you then? Oh, what book are we going to create? See, my brain is just really bad today. What book are we going to create? Well, I would say when we looked at the search there, we went to the search bar, how to draw. The first thing that popped up was animals, or it was cute animals. So I would say most people are searching for cute animals. And yes, there's room to come into the market with new niches like cute kawaii food, vegetables and fruit. I think that would all sell very well. But I think for our first book, we would probably do something that most people are searching for. But how can we put our own unique spin on that? That's the next thing that I want everybody to think about. How can you put your own unique spin on how to draw cute animals? Hmm, I don't know the answer to that. So guess what we're going to do? We're going to go and ask Chat GPT. Da, 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 da. Chat GPT. So this is what we're going to say. I am doing a new project and I need some help. I want to create a how to draw book. Oh, this is being recorded, Amanda, but I'll approve that, but it is actually being recorded. Um, I want to create a how to draw book, and I have seen that this is a highly profitable niche, and I can see the highest search term is for cute animals, but I want to make my book very unique. I want it to be a bestseller? Please can you give me 10 ideas on how I can make my book? Brilliant. So if we ever come across a block with our book publishing business, all we need to do is have a conversation with Chat GPT. And remember, Chat GPT is not always right. We like to think of it, this is the gospel, this is God speaking to us. Well, it's not. It can be wrong, and we can use our own brain to say, is this a good idea or not? So here's some ideas it's come up with. Turn it into a story-driven drawing adventure. I like that idea. Do we want to do something so unique as that for our first book? I would say probably not, but that is definitely an idea that maybe one of you would like to do, or it's an idea maybe that I would revisit once I've done my series. And then I'll go, okay, I'm going to do story-driven ones. And can you see this would be a whole business of its own, and really, really quite easy and simple to do as well. The Forest of Fluff meets Twinkle, so you could have like a progression of, you could have people like writing their own story at the bottom. So that could do. Add the Draw the Magic Yourself twist. Design their home, draw their baby. Include an AI-powered companion page. You don't name it AI, but you give kids a QR code that lets them upload their drawing. I don't think I fully understand that. Make the animals interactive characters. Okay, I'm not sure about that. Add skill building mini lessons, not boring ones. So I like that idea. That concept could be that you've got beginners at the beginning, intermediate at the middle of your book, and more advanced towards the end for a certain age range. So I've got that idea from idea number 5, even though maybe that isn't what ChatGPT meant there. But I think that's a goer. Progressive difficulty. And that is unique to these books that are actually on the market. It's all just kind of the same difficulty all the way through. So I think as a parent, if I was buying this for my child and it said age 5 to 10 or whatever, if it said progressive difficulty, I would think, okay, this is going to stretch them. It's going to help them to start off quite easy and learn the basic skills. Then they're going to learn more intricate drawings, and then they're going to move on to a little bit more advanced level drawings. That would definitely be a selling point for me as a mother, as a parent. So I like that one very much. You are an illustrator challenge section. Find the hidden paw prints game. Turn it into a collectible series from day one. I like that idea. So mythical creatures, silly safari squad, kawaii ocean cuties, pocket dragons and mini monsters. I like that idea as well. So can you see, I've asked it for 10 ideas. 7 of the ideas are pretty crap, really not relevant, too intricate, don't really understand what it's on about. But 2 or 3 of the ideas are things that I could really ride with in order to make my book stand out and be unique. Then it says number 9, make your layout visually irresistible. Pastel candy colours, big step-by-step boxes, clean thick outlines. Yeah, so we could make it really high contrast, really stand out rather than pastel on pastel. So I love those ideas there. Parent pleasing bonus confidence page boost. Quite like the idea of that. Right. Okay. So that's been pretty good, hasn't it? What do you think about that? We can create something that is unique to the market, I think, rather than just rehashing the bestseller. We're rehashing the bestseller. We're going to create an amazing cover that's different. We're going to have the high contrast so we can really see that cover in the feed. And we're going to have the unique spin of progressive difficulty. Maybe we'll specify what age it's for. This just says book for kids. So we could say book for kids, and the progressive difficulty will be, well, then, as they get older, they're going to be better and better at the back pages of the book. Emily loves that idea. I don't know what idea it was, but yes, I love those ideas too. Um, yeah, Amanda's no clue what to do on Zoom. Zoom is
It was the first one, the story one.
yeah, the story one. That would be good, wouldn't it? Where they write their own story and they draw as they go along. I like that too. And that's, I think, they could maybe read it out as a storybook once they finished. Like my kids would have absolutely loved that. Yes, yes, yes. Jodie says bugs and insects, depending on how difficult. Yeah, so we could do different searches of what do kids, trending things kids love to draw. Because I've noticed people are loving to draw kawaii food at the moment as well. So I really think how to draw kawaii food would be a really good way to go. There's so many different ways to go with this kind of book. It's just mind-boggling. It's exciting how you could build a whole brand around it too. It's a good one for you, Jodie, I think, because you said to me that you want something that you can just do fast and quick and just get out. Yes, it does take a while to do each image, but each one is pretty fast and quick. Then you get to the next one and the next one. So I think it is, if anybody just wants to just go, 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 go and publish, it's perfect for you guys. I'd like that too. Um, Lynn says, I like the idea of the path set out to fill up with books. Yeah. Build up the skills of drawing, but also elements of painting and how to paint series. You could do so much with this, couldn't you? You could do so much with it. Right. So we decided on our niche. We're going to do how to draw. What did we decide? How to draw. How to draw all the cute animals. How to draw cute animals. We want to make it sound like we're drawing all the cute animals. So we want a title somewhere around that. So we'd probably play around with Chat GPT on the title. And then we'd do 300 drawings. I've seen some that are 400. We could try and do 450, just to be like, oh, I've got the best book, I've got the most drawings. But is that going to really sell more? I'm not sure. I think 300 drawings is a lot. But then to make it unique, we would have the either the story idea or the difficulty progress. Yeah, progression of difficulty. So, what do we do now? Now we've got over the, 10 points answer that Lynn gave us. What's our next step? We've done our niche research. We know what people want to draw. We've got our title. We know how the book is going to be unique in the market and stand out. What's the next step? Answers on a postcard or in the chat. I'm silly today. Sorry, guys. It's this ear. Never had an ear infection. It's really horrible. You get them, don't you, Claudia? You had them. Yeah, it's horrible. Yes, you are absolutely right. We're going to create our cover. So obviously, I'm not going to create the whole cover with you now, but I'll give you an idea of how I would do it. So, what size is this? Um, I'm going to click on it. Just can't believe this is making 350K a month. I want to create this book and get it all over social media because I think social media would really
I
boost it.
just saw the size. You're scrolling past it. It's eight
Oh,
and a half by 11.
yes. That's where we can look at what size the best sellers are. We wouldn't want to, I mean, we could come in and create a unique one as a pocket travel one. That would be good as well, wouldn't it? A pocket travel version. But let's just play safe for our first book and let's create one that people are actually searching for and wanting. And then when we're coming in with our brand, we might create travel ones and pocket ones and things like that later on. So we're going to go to Canva. We're going to open up a new file. What was it, Claudia? 8.5 by 11, wasn't it? Yeah. And I think the reason why it's that size is that you can fit all the images in a little row and then do another row underneath it. They've got 3 rows here. I don't know if you can see me because I'm sharing my screen. They've got 3 rows of drawings just there.
Yeah, I was going to ask
Yeah,
about that, if it
yeah,
was 2 or 3 rows, because if they've got
yeah,
300, you'd have to make about 100 pages
yeah.
plus inside stuff, and then you're at about 108.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, they fit quite a lot on. And they've actually categorized this. So there's a whole category, a chapter, there's a content page as well. And this chapter is amazing things. So yeah, I wonder if we could categorize the animals, like animals in the safari, animals in the zoo, animals at home, pets. You could categorize cute animals into chapters. The first thing we want to do is plan our book, and this is what I teach you in all the modules inside the academy. Plan your book, plan the structure, plan how you're going to go about it, and then we're good to go. All right, so the cover, what color should we make it? We've got pink ones. We've got a pastel green. We've got a couple of different blues. Any
Yellow or
idea?
orange?
Yeah, orange. Should we do go with orange? Um, so we want the actual images to really stand out. So we don't want a dark orange, do we? So pastel orange background. If I look at graphics here, um, that's a bit wishy-washy, isn't it? But we want our images to stand out. So, oh, why has it done that? Mm, mm, mm. Why is it doing this? I think something like that is too dark. Our images are not going to stand out. So we could have like a patchwork pattern. So you could try different orange backgrounds. You could try a gradient, and I usually play around with the backgrounds again once I've finished my book cover. So once I've got images on it, I'll go back and try different tones and different colours of orange right at the end. So then we want um, blob. I'm going to write blob. You'll see why in a minute. Oh, why is he doing that? Stop it. We want to be able to write our writing on there. So I'm going to just do that. I'm going to flip this to put the lighter part at the bottom because we're going to have more drawing at the bottom. And you want a cute blob. That is not a very cute blob, but I'm just doing this very quickly. So you would pick a cuter blob. Okay. And then we want some writing. How to draw. In fact, we'll go how. And we want ideally bold. A bold font that is very easy to read. That's quite good. Again, I would probably spend some time looking through all the fonts. I might go to 1001 fonts if I wasn't happy with the font. Where's it gone, the one I used? That's quite good, isn't it? We want something that kind of looks a bit fun. That's not just a boring font. Um, hmm. Yeah, I'm going to go with this because it's a bit thinner. How to, oh, we'll just do this quickly. How to draw. So the black is, should we try purple? Yeah, I like that. How to draw everything. I don't like that font. Cute Animals Edition. I think that would be good. And that can be purple too. How to Draw Everything, Cute Animals Edition. $300 plus. Adorable drawings. And we'll have that other font here. I'm not happy with that, but whatever. We want a bit more blob. More blob. Position. Backward. Backward. There. Oh. I want that in a lowercase. Right, hang on. Why is it doing that? Well, I would play around with the fonts a bit more, basically. Effects, just make that bolder. Not that bold. So it's very easy to see. And you could, I don't know, change the colors, make that italic, make that cursive. I think that would be better cursive, wouldn't it? Font, handwriting. But we want it easy to read, like a child's. No. Easy to read. That kind of thing, but ideally even more easy to read. That one. Something like that. Yeah. So, you know, I play around with the colors and stuff like that, but that's looking pretty okay. Now, maybe we could find a shadow. And I don't want to like be a perfectionist here on this call, but I just want to show you that, you know, you could have a little bit of a curved shadow on one side. Turn that around. Put that behind there, but really lighten that up so it's very faint. Position to back and then forward. Can you see that as just giving it a little bit of depth? You might just bring it down a little bit as well. This is how we add effects that make it look like a designer has designed it, by adding a little bit of depth, a little bit of shadow. And that just brings it up to a professional level instantly. Obviously, I would spend a bit more time doing this, you know, if it was my book cover. But it's already starting to look really good, isn't it? So now we would do some research. What cute animals are the most top trending animals that people want to draw? And oh, we could put here for kids box for kids. Oh, box or a scroll. Let's just stick with just a plain box for now. No, not that one. This one. Have that in white. Oh, why does it do that and it doesn't change the colour? Never worked that out. And then just open that up for kids. Don't think that's quite in the middle. Right. What did I ask you then? Oh yeah. What animals do we want to draw? Tell me in the chat. What do you think people love to draw cute animals? What are their favourites? And we want an idea of the kind of age group that we want to create this book for. This one is how to draw for kids. So could we try and make this cover look like it's for mostly all ages of children? Let me know in the chat what you think are the top books that people like to create. Yeah. Yes, Lynn says, having a plan of all the things that would go in the big picture start easy. Yes, I think it would be good to have a plan. I'm going to do these in the easy level. I'm going to have these chapters. I'm going to have these categories. Really plan out how you're going to do this book. Yeah, farm animals, tropical fish, cat, dog, fish, crab. So I think a unicorn would be quite popular. Dragons, only because I know what books are selling, you know. I've got inside knowledge here. The top selling books are cats, dogs, unicorns, horses, dragons are really popular. I mean, would we include mythical, fantastical animals, or is this book just about real animals? But personally, I would include unicorns and dragons. So let's create, sloths are popular, aren't they? Llamas. Should we do a llama? Right, so where should we do a llama? I'm going to go to Chat GPT and Darley. Oh, maybe colouring pages. I'll try colouring pages. Please draw me a really cute kawaii llama wearing Right, so I've asked it to draw me a cute kawaii llama wearing Moroccan clothing and sunglasses. Obviously, you can ask it to do anything that you want. And this is where you can open another tab and do your unicorn, open another tab and do your dog, open another tab and do your cat. You know, I was talking about workflows, was it last week? So we're not sat here twiddling our thumbs, just waiting and waiting. We're always being productive. Watch this be really rubbish now. I've got a program called Artistly. Artistly is really good for just creating one-off images like this. It will generate you 10 images all at once. Is it 10? I think it does 10. So you can choose the one that you like. Artistly, I think is £47. It's just a one-off payment, and it's very worth investing in Artistly, I would say, for these kinds of books. What is this? Okay. What I noticed with this book too is all of the images have got a black outline, that shows that it has been drawn. Okay, I'm not happy with this llama. I'm going to go to Artistly, guys, but obviously we've got Chat GPT that we could try. We've got Dali within Chat GPT that we could try. Colouring pages, we could try to get the whole llama's body. I cannot even tell this is a llama. It's so bad. So I wouldn't want this on my book cover. Looks like my granddad. Um, um, what else could we try? Nano banana. Let's actually try nano banana to start with. That's Nora's book cover I was working on. Oh, I wanted to show her that. Let's see if I can open a new tab with this. Yeah. Okay. Please generate me a black and white outline. Really cute. Generate me a black and white outline, cute kawaii llama with moderate detailing. And remember, we're going to spend a whole day to 2 days on this cover. That's how important the cover is. That's pretty cute. Please take away the frame. I would say that llama there is possibly a bit nicer than what you would get in Artistly. Artistly is very plain, but that might be because I've asked for moderate detailing. I've asked for moderate detailing for the cover animals, but I would have no detailing when I'm actually doing the interior of the book. But we want the things on the front to look, really nice. Okay, so that is a cute llama. I'm pretty satisfied with that. Um, Please can you color in this llama with high contrasting reds, oranges, browns, and blues with vibrant, because we want it to stand out on that cover. Nano Banana is usually very good at working with black and white and then changing it to colour and then changing the colours. You can ask it to change the colours a lot until you're happy with the colours. Or we could add some purple actually. I should have added purple, to match the words that we've got on it. Yeah, so that is cute. What is that? What is it? I don't know what that is. So I'm being a perfectionist here, trying to get it to add some purple so that it matches the actual colour and tone. Please change the red to orange. Hmm. So it's made nearly all the flowers orange with one purple one. Do you know what? I'm just going to use this one, but I would probably fight with Nano Banana at this point. So we're going to upload that into Canva. Background remover. Oh, so that looks cute, doesn't it? That looks really cute. So what we can do is add, this is, just a bracket. So I would add something like that. Can you see that gives it a little bit of movement? Again, all these tiny little details make such a difference. We could add a little bit of shadow here. And here, make it lighter and put it to the back. Make that lighter, make that lighter. Position, backward. Position, backward. So that is just giving it that depth, and I would probably make this one here a bit lighter. It's just a bit too dark. Okay, so can you see how we're going to end up with a cover that is really, really similar to that, but different? So we'd add all different things all around. So let's imagine we've done the same thing with a unicorn here. Let's imagine that we've got a kitten here and a dragon here. I don't want to walk you through every single animal. Then there's one here. We've got them at different angles. We've got different little, those little, what are they called? Whatever they are, brackets. We've got those in different places. So they all look like, you know, we've got some movement going on. We've got them in different sizes. We're making sure that we've done animals that people love, that are trending. So sloths, llamas, cats, dogs, unicorns, horses. Yeah, I think the sea creatures too. Look, a cute little crab. And then we want how to draw at the bottom. So what is going to be inside this book? So if we go back to Nano Banana. Oh no, we're over here, aren't we? I'm going to remove this one. Oh, what's happened? Okay. Please make this a black and white, simple. So I've said, please make this a black and white, simple, hand-drawn outline image. Please make the eyes a simpler design. Okay, let's just go with that. It looks like it has no soul. Soulless animals. Okay. So now we've done the background remover. Can you see now we've got an outline of our llama? And I'm not happy with the eyes, guys. I would definitely change those. How to change those? I would probably just put 2 orange circles here, covering these black eyes. Or I would ask Nano to do different eyes. And then I would find some eyes in Canva. So if we can just put cute, kawaii eyes. It has like hundreds and hundreds of different cute eyes. So you can just put the eyes on it from Canva. Super easy to do. But let's just roll with this for now. And you know, we're not going to have llamas all over our page. I hope you all know that. I think you do. So we're going to show people how we draw at the bottom. Where's the thing gone? I want it to be the same size. Right, happy with that. So we're just going to put 4 in a row at the bottom, and we would choose like a really popular animal at the bottom. Like they've chosen a kitten. Obviously that's a very popular one, isn't it? So you want a popular one at the bottom. I do think a llama would be very popular. We love llamas in this house. So actually we don't do it like that. What we do is we use the magic eraser, which I hope is working today. And we're going to erase things. What would you do at this stage? Oh, just let me go back and plan. So we've got the coloured in one. The stage before that is to finish the outline. The stage before that, I think. Yeah, that is right. I'll remove the face and that. So I'm going to remove the face. And I'm going to remove this very carefully. So you can zoom in and go right up to the edge. I usually just click like that. Go over it and click. Go over it, click. Go over it, click. Let's remove the tail as well. Hopefully not gone too close. Maybe the headdress. These final embellishments would be a final drawing. And then erase. There. So can you see how easy that was? Really easy. So then we duplicate that, put it over here. We'll probably make the whole thing just a bit smaller. And the last one, eraser, magic eraser, make the brush smaller. Remove the ears. And I would say remove the feet. So you're thinking in phases. Erase. There. So I would probably go back in there and redraw that bit of ear. I seem to have done that wrong. I'll probably just do that again. But you can see that that would be the first stage of drawing this llama. Then you would put the feet on and put the ears in inside it. Then the next stage you would put the face on and the back, whatever it's called, back pad, and the tail. And then the final stage is that you would colour the llama in. So that's that. So we then want some arrows so we can see the different stages. Uh, just doing different arrows for interest. I'm not happy with that arrow. It's not bold enough. Whatever. All right, so that's our cover. So then we put the author name at the bottom. We've got the different animals. We've added the shadows. We've added the whatever they're called that make it look as though we've got a bit of movement on. We could add some like orange stars to the background as well. Oh, orange stars, really faint, so you could just see them. So we could add some stars all around. Not like this, you would do it better. But you get what I mean. Maybe some love hearts. And I've got this idea from this one. Simple stress relief has got little stars and hearts in the background. And I think it's really effective if they just part of the background, just making it a bit more interesting than just a flat background. Again, this is elevating the design to like a higher level. This is what your designers would do. So maybe some love hearts. What are the colours? Like light purple. So you could put a few love hearts in there as well. Again, fade it in because we don't want it too prominent. Just a few love hearts around. Again, you would very carefully place these things and not just be doing what I'm doing here now. You don't want them over the llamas. It's just part of the background. So you would move the love hearts back. But how cute is that? I would buy that book. I would buy that book. It looks really cute. Maybe not with llamas all over it, but you know, I like the idea, Claudia, of doing the orange as well. I think it adds something unique to the market. You know, we love a bit of orange. Like I say, I would play with the tones of orange, maybe make it a bit brighter, but we do want to make sure that the animals that we're drawing really stick out. They're really standing out to us. Okay, so easy peasies. We've already done one, haven't we? So you know exactly how to do the inside as well. So this is how you do the inside. I'll go to shapes. In fact, you might not know how to do this because I only learnt this recently. if I go to outline, oh, if I make that, oh no, hang on, which way am I doing it? Outline, stroke weight, 1, or maybe 2. And then make it white. Then I've got a really lovely box. So I've been faffing around with Canva boxes. There, so we want it to fill up the whole page ideally. So I'm going to go back and make this taller. So just keep playing around with the size until you are happy with it. So I'm going to highlight that, make it a tiny bit smaller and put it to the top. Align elements, they're already in the center. So I've got room here for my page number, you see. So page number 2. Make that smaller, not bold. We want it away from the margins, so we need to just check that that's away from the margins. And basically, you would just duplicate this page, whatever, how many times? 100 times. Duplicate, duplicate, duplicate. And we've already done the llama here, so we could just Control copy our llama. We wouldn't have the colour version on the inside because you'll be paying too much money for printing costs. So hang on, I'm going to just lock this so we can lock that so we don't highlight it. Lock. Then I can highlight these and make them bigger to fit the box. Why have I got that llama on the left? I don't think he's meant to be there. Right, hang on. We've got a rogue llama. I think we would have another one in between here. And what they've done in these books is they have done one at the bottom. Oh, oh. One up here. One here. And then they've got the final one. Oh no, then it's practice, isn't it? No, ignore me. Ignore what I am saying. Because they want an area to do their own drawing. So then they want practice. And what was that font we had here? I liked that. Man Salva. So we'll go Man Salva here. And you can have 3 or you could have 4. Just see what you can fit. You could have some with 2, some with 3, some with 4. You want it to make sense. And then you want the arrows to obviously point the right way. Just get rid of that. So that's your llama. Then we could have, what else? I'm just going to find something in Canva, but I would usually use AI for this. Oh, not a shape. Kitten. And remember, we've also decided what categories that we're going to have everything in. So we will have a contents page, a welcome page, copyright page, how to use this book page, you know, all of the things. Right, I'm going to go black and white animal just to see what we've got. But I think Nano Banana did a really good job, and you could do the whole book using Nano. Crab. That's cute. So again, we go eraser, magic eraser, and just remove parts of our crab. Oops. This is actually quite therapeutic. I love rubbing things out. Why is that? There must be like a psychological reason. It probably means I'm a psychopath, knowing my luck. Make it smaller. So we're just removing some of the detailing. What else would we remove? Probably these little things here. And you would take your time and just do it a bit more carefully than me. I think I picked quite an intricate one. I thought the crab was easy. Erase. Oh, we've just got bits left. Sometimes I go over it with just a white circle. If you're left with bits like this and they won't erase, just get a white circle from Canva. Just put it over the top. Right, that will do. And then once more, erase. Oops, did it wrong. Get rid of that. And if you're thinking like, how do you know what to remove? Just think about, well, how would you draw it and plan it from the beginning? How would you draw this crab? I'm no drawer, by the way. Definitely not.
That's not true. You're very good.
Oh, yeah, we did the art thing, didn't we? I think that was a fluke, Claudia. I don't know where that has gone. Did I tell you I lost it?
I know. I thought
Oh,
maybe you gave it to Dave.
I don't know. Maybe I did. So gutted about that. Right, so you can clean up these lines if you want to make it, solid. Just again using Canva Draw tool. Oh, I think we need to make that a bit smaller, and then that over here so there's room for them to draw the crab. And then again. So yeah, this is fun. So all you need to do is do that 100 times, fitting with your plan. Just do this 100 times. Stick to the plan that you've made, whatever categories that you've decided, or are you doing easy, intermediate, hard, or are you doing safari, ocean animals, fantasy animals, kawaii animals? You could do lots of different categories. Ask Chat GPT how you want to categorize your book. Ask it for 5 different ideas. And rock and roll with it. One thing I will say is ideally we want the line depth to be matching throughout the book. So if you're going to choose Nano Banana, you know, I got this crab from Canva. So you can see this crab is a deeper depth of outline. So I would just use Nano, and if you can ask Nano Banana, make it more deep, the line, so that it's easier for people to see. Again, maybe depending on who your book is actually aimed at. But yeah, you're just going to end up with 100 pages of all different animals, and then that's the end of your book. It will take, I think, realistically, this is going to take about 2 weeks to create a book like this. And that's a pie in the sky figure. I don't know how much time you've got to dedicate to this, but I think I could do about 5 pages per sitting before I got like itchy feet and a bit bored. So if that's like, what's that? Let me just see the maths. It's not very good maths, is, but you know, 100 pages, 5 pages first per sitting, 20 sittings, 20 times that you're going to sit down and do work on this book. So yeah, it's about 2 to 3 weeks, I would say. So, you know, it's not a book that you can just flick out in a couple of days. But obviously we've seen the revenue, we've seen the income from people that are spending the time to sit down and do this. And you do feel very productive once you've done a page. It feels like you've got something really good done. So it's not one of those books where you're doing loads of writing and there's 25 different chapters. It's not going to really bore you because it's really quite creative doing the erasing thing. Like I say, it's very therapeutic doing the erasing technique. Oh, let's just see that. So there you've got your cover, your interior, and I think that is on a par with this. You know, if we did different animals, obviously, and was a bit more careful with the background, I would say that is a contender for this book right here. And we have literally done it together in an hour. And this book is making $350,000 a month. You could have social media platforms with these pages. You could do a bit of drawing and just do a video of you drawing each drawing, and people love these drawings. They'll share them, they'll tag their friends, tag the kids, and so you've got really good organic traffic going to a book like this because it is so visual. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed that training. Who thinks they're going to do one? Anyone? Have I inspired anyone? Yay, Lynn. Yay, Claudia. Yay, Emily. I want to do them now. And I quite like the idea of pocket versions now that I've said it. Pocket versions, travel versions, anything that would involve a bit less work than doing 100 pages of that. Although it is enjoyable working with all these cute animals. I'd love to do a fruit and vegetable one. That would be so cute. But I feel like that might be a travel version. Have you seen all these cute kawaii vegetables now, and cute kawaii like cakes and biscuits and cookies and donuts and things? You could have so much fun with this. I'd love an ocean one as well. I love ocean animals. Yeah, I go nuts when we go to the aquarium. I'm the one that wants to stay all day and just stare at like one set of fish. I could just stare at them all day. Is that you, Claudia, too? I'm like, wow. So I'd love to do an ocean one. And yeah, this would make just such a fun brand. It really would. And it's so expandable, isn't it? When we think about it, expanding into different things, different ages, different genres. You could do fantasy ones, small ones, big ones, German ones, Italian ones. Dead easy to translate just using AI tools to translate this, because you've not really got any sentences. You know, maybe you'd get some help with the cover and the blurb, but other than that, we've just got the word practice and then the chapter heading. There's not really much to translate, is there? Yeah, love the fish. Yeah, I love a fish one. You was watching a cat TV aquarium. Yeah, I love that. We watched that actually with our cat. We watched the birds and the mice on YouTube. They've got whole YouTube channels where you can just watch these things. Yeah, she loves it. She's pouring it. Doxy was watching Ice Age. Oh, I love that. Pam's going to do one for sure. Yeah. Jodie, maybe I would need 6. that will be fast. But yeah, so maybe do some like smaller ones or travel ones or something. Sue says yes, lots of fun. Stroke line thickness, Claudia says, yeah, thinking about that. Do it in one program, yeah. And things like Nano are really easy to ask it to make it thinner or make it thicker. Nano Banana is our new best friend. It's just so responsive. It's so responsive when you know how to use it. All right, I hope you've enjoyed this training. I'm going to go to the pharmacy now and go and do my steps. I've been trying to do 5,000 steps a day. Apparently, loads of people do 10,000, but I struggle to make it to 5,000. But, you know, onwards and upwards. Yeah.
Abby,
Yeah.
I put it in there, but you didn't get up that
Oh.
far. Would you leave a blank page on the back of all those practice pages for the coloring, not to bleed through?
No.
No?
Only because there'd be too many pages because this has got 300. It's already got
Right, right.
100 pages.
Okay.
I think the
Okay.
idea is, yeah, you just draw these things in pen or pencil.
Right.
And it's not particularly a colouring book.
Right.
But I do like that idea, but I do think the printing costs would be a bit too much. So yeah.
Okay, so you just put that in the beginning where you tell them to put a sheet of paper in between if they want to do it with the inks
Well,
or the
no, because it's on
felts.
the front and the back of the page. So they're going to ruin the next page if they colour it in with inks.
Oh, I see. So you warn them against that.
Maybe
Okay.
warn them against that and say, you know,
Yeah.
colour it in with colouring pencils if you want to
Right.
colour it in. But
Okay.
with it being a
Okay.
how to draw book, it's not particularly, you know, there's no intention to draw that final swan and then colour it in because it is just actually how to draw the swan. So I would just leave it.
Right. No,
Yeah.
I was just thinking that towards the end, I was thinking of having a plan to teach all the elements of how to draw a particular scene or something,
Yeah.
and then have maybe one coloring page at the back might be an
Yeah, I
idea.
like that idea. So you could have all the elements of the scene like this,
Yeah.
and then a blank page, two blank pages, because you want the back of it to be blank as well, for them to
Right.
actually build that scene together. But I really love that idea that they do all the elements and then they do the whole scene. Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Cool.
sounds good.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Have an amazing day, everyone. Enjoy creating your how to draw book. I expect to see at least 5 pages done by this time tomorrow. If not, I will whoop all your asses. Right?
I'm up to
Right.
40 boxes now.
Oh gosh, you've got too much stuff. We need to declutter, Lynn. Declutter. Yeah. Okay. Bye, everyone. Bye. Nice to see you guys. Nice to see you, Cindy, as well, Sue, Narhead, Pam. Bye.